have an action news now.
We've got lots of sunshine and very nice weather out there for your afternoon. A little on the cool side, highs mid and upper 40s. Tonight, clear. Christmas Eve looking cold and frosty, lows 30 to 32. For Christmas Day, looking good with some sunshine, highs near 50. Dry and milder for Wednesday. Stay toasty warm for Christmas with Dodge City Ski Shop, featuring the largest selection of cold weather clothing around. From long underwear, wool socks, and Columbia jackets, they have it at Dodge City, East Springer Road, Chattanooga. And I'm Soar Teens Walls Chief Meteorologist Patrick Moore.
Radio 92.7.
A Massage Envy gift card might just be the best holiday gift ever because it unwraps all the benefits of total body care, including massage and total body stretch, customizable facials, and advanced skincare services, including microderm infusion and chemical peels. Share the gift of wellness and help everybody on your list be their very best. Receive a voucher for 2 free enhancements when you purchase $100 in Massage Envy gift cards. Massage Envy, making the best of everybody. See locations for details. Offer ends December 31st. Voucher valid until March 31st, 2019.
Visit Chattanooga's Massage Envy at Hamilton Place Mall and in the Target Shopping Plaza, Hickson.
Welcoming Warren and Griffin here to the advertising team at Nougat Radio. Right now, through the 31st of this month, they will match up to $1,000 any donation or contribution you make to the Fallen 5 Memorial. Now that is being a good community citizen.
The station you hear everywhere. Nougat Radio 92.7.
Good morning, beautiful people here in the city of Chattanooga. It's your girl Marie Mott with the Marie Mott Show. Y'all know what it is. We're taking it from the streets to City Hall to the mayor's office. Can't leave out the police department. From the Valley Low to the mountains, I'll give you guys a bird's eye view to what's going on here in the city of Chattanooga. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It is a beautiful day outside. Finally got rid of all that rain and hopefully, I know it's a lot of people that are working, but even if you're working, my hat's off to you because the work doesn't stop for some of us. The work doesn't stop, and that's okay. But you guys are going to get nothing but holiday vibes this morning. Some love, memories, peace, inspiration. The holidays are a beautiful time, but sometimes they're a tough time. In particular, like both of my grandmothers are gone, so it's tough for my family when I think about like my grandmothers and who are the matriarchs of our family. May they rest easy in the ancestral plane. It's not always sunshine and rainbows for everyone during the holiday season. Good morning. Merry Christmas to you, Aaron Candy Night. Shout out to you listening in and tuning in. But the holidays is a good time of the year. But that's not that for everyone. So I'm going to talk about quite a few things. Take a break from police and some of the nasty, ugly things that have gone on in the city this year. But don't think I gotta give one more uppercut to Sheriff Jim Hammond before I get into today's show, and that is we still have not forgotten about justice for interstate tax. And so today is Christmas Eve, and tomorrow will be Christmas. But Wednesday, I'm inviting every listener that can and that will show up to the studio. And if you want the address, I will. You can inbox the station on the Nougat Radio 92.7 FM Facebook page, and we can send you the address. Or if you're a personal Facebook friend of mine, inbox me, and I'll send you the address, because I want to pack out the studio with the people who just want justice in the city of Chattanooga. And that's not just for Black people. That's for anybody. Nobody should ever be abused by police officers. And again, I'm not attacking all police officers when I talk about police brutality. However, I am bringing light to a culture that must change, because the bad officers, and there has been quite a few this year, are undermining good officers' everyday work, right? And so there has to be a situation where it becomes easier for us to honor and love and appreciate and not be afraid of police officers, because their comrades or their partners are not undermining their work every day. So I'm always grateful for those. I've had family that is ex-military and law enforcement. I am firmly appreciative of anyone who will wear that badge and treat people with decency and respect every day to go out and do the job. But Wednesday, I would like everyone that can. I'm here 11 to 12 every weekday, but come and show solidarity for social justice, not just for interstate tax. But we had a lot of women that came forward with allegations of police officers who sexually abused them with rape and battery. Some that were allowed to resign, even though they were drinking on the job, something that would get you locked up in jail if you did the same. So we really do. It's a tough conversation. And everybody knows I have tough conversations, and that's okay. Everybody's not going to like me. My grandmother told me that a long time ago. And so I stopped caring as a teenager who liked me and who didn't, who talked about me, who didn't, who supported me, who does not. I do this work because I care about my city and I care about my community. And my firm desire is when that casket closes on me, I want to leave my city better than I found it. And I don't want to leave it just better for my children. I want to leave it better for your children and your grandchildren, whoever you are that's listening. They deserve to have the best opportunities possible in the city of Chattanooga and even the surrounding areas. And we have a lot of potential in the city, and it's not just the city. It's the people in it that have so much potential. And I see so many people in our city with potential. And I want everybody to be successful, not just a few, not just some, not just people in a certain clique or people from a certain part of the city. I want everybody to have access to education, job opportunity, business startups, everyone. Right. And I am first of all, I am just so grateful. 800-8949 is a call-in number. Like, if you want to share a Christmas story with me, call in. Like, I want to talk to you guys today. It's like super chill today. No hard-hitting activist stuff today, just like super chill conversation today. But if you have a Christmas story or something that's like hilarious for Christmas, it does have to be clean, like no cussing on the air. But call me 800-8949. What's up, C. Grimy? Merry Christmas to, or Happy Kwanzaa to you, brother. 800-8949 is the call-in number. But first of all, I am super glad I woke up for the first Christmas in my life and I have a radio show. I'm just super glad that a door opened for me this year to be able to do something that I've learned to do on the fly, and that I've looked back over pictures and over videos, and it hasn't just been Marie Mott in the studio. I've had business people come into the studio. I have had community activists here in the studio. I've had young people who have business startups here in the studio. I've had people like C. Grimy. I've had people like Terrence Westfield here in the studio, shouting out the Chattanooga Library and the Edney. Like, I am super, super grateful this morning that I've had the opportunity to give people my platform every single chance that I get. People like Miss Monique Weeks, who is going to be, I'm super excited. She's going to be on my show once a month, the first Thursday of every month next year, talking about different topics about birthing, about pregnancy. Like, I'm super excited. 2019, I'm ready to take my show to the next level, but I can't do that without the community. So I'm looking forward to plugging in more people, putting more people before you, maybe you don't know, have never seen, giving you more access to information and connecting and creating this beautiful web of cha, since, everybody loves using that, or nougat. I'm definitely looking forward to that. Surviving the holiday season in the midst of grief is tough. Everywhere around you, it's lights, it's the Christmas music that by the time you get to this point, you're about ready to blow your brains out because you've heard it so... Y'all don't tell the truth. You've heard so much Christmas music by now, because it used to be you didn't hear Christmas music and people didn't really put up Christmas stuff until after Thanksgiving. And now it's like they do it like right at the end of Halloween. And so by this point, you're tired of, I think just the average person is tired of Christmas music, with the exception of the Temptations, Luther Vandross. Like, those are classics. BB and CC Winans. Like, if you've never heard of these folks, like BB and CC Winans, that's a classic album. If you've never listened to Temptations Christmas, stop sleeping on the legends. Definitely Luther Vandross. Like, this is the stuff that I grew up hearing. And my dad is like a super huge fan of Kenny G. Yeah, I'm like right at that age. So those four, if you're looking for good Christmas music that you would never get tired of, that would probably be like the four albums that are always in rotation with my family. But for the rest of this, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer and everything, like, it's driving you nuts. And so, as a matter of fact, just a few weeks ago, childhood friend, their father had a massive heart attack and died. And they're my age, 30 and a little bit older. And so they're spending, and rest in peace to Minister Alfred Polk, a loving man, a father, a grandfather, a husband, a servant of the Lord. May you rest on the ancestral plane. I'm going to miss you very much and your humor. But this is going to be their first Christmas without him. And so I'm really thinking about the Polk family, the Bragg family, the C family during this time. Everybody is not super happy. And so I wanted to, as I was thinking about what I wanted to talk about today, I want to give people hope who are grieving during this time of the year. What are some things that you can do? Things that you can do to make it through this time, because the thing that I've recognized about life is even when people are sick, nothing prepares you for death. There's nothing that prepares you for the loss of a loved one. And really, the hard part in life is not losing a loved one. The hard part is continuing to move on in life after you've lost a loved one, because there's no handbook to it, right? I remember after my mother lost my grandmother and we buried her, and you have a good day or good things happen, and because you're so used to having people in your life, made a phone call and you realize mid-call that mama's not here anymore. So the hard part of living life is not just losing people. It's figuring out how you're going to keep living after you've lost someone. And so the first thing that I really want to do is I don't have to give it to you, but you have permission to grieve. You have permission to cry. You have permission to laugh if you feel like it. You have permission to do what you need to do and to take care of yourself. You have permission to have some sort of fun or pleasure. But most of all, you have permission to be flexible. I think one of the tough things that people experience grieving during the holiday season is they try to do too much. You want to be strong for your family. You want to be there. You don't want to be a Debbie Downer. You don't want to be perceived as being negative. You don't want to ruin the mood. You don't want to ruin the mood. You don't want to dwell on the sadness of a person that's not there anymore. But the reality is that that's part of the grieving process. Merry Christmas, everyone. Like, everyone's saying Merry Christmas. Hannah, Joel, like, what's up? Thank you guys so much. Merry Christmas to you guys. I hope you guys are enjoying yourself. But the first thing is you have permission to feel. I think probably one of the most difficult things about going through the process of grieving is allowing yourself to feel however you're feeling at the time, whether that is the anger of someone not being there anymore because you need them, right? Whether that is the sadness because you want to talk to them or you want to hear their voice or you need some advice and they're not there. Whether that is depression, there's so many different feelings that come along with grieving someone. Sometimes it's happy tears. Like I remember like my grandmother, one of the things that I miss about her is her feistiness in particular. Like, first of all, she was like super cool because she would always, every Christmas, she would have some funky, like people talk about ugly sweaters. Like my grandmother would always have like some funky, cool Christmas sweater on. And would legitimately just say things that would just have you busting at the seams, laughing, and just having a good time. And I miss that about her. You know, I miss having those laughs. I miss seeing what ugly sweater she's gonna have on. You know, when you walk into the house this Christmas. I miss the conversations because being in the South, and in particular in the African American community, Big Mama or Grandma is usually the matriarch of the family. And so she's running the kitchen. Even if she's not doing any work, she's running the kitchen. So she's telling your aunts, you know, your aunt maybe is making the dressing and she says, hey, you need a little bit more cornbread and a little bit more broth in that and cut back on the sage. Right. She ain't doing nothing, but she's running the kitchen. She's cutting up. Like, you just see these things and it's still there, but it's not quite the same without her. So thinking about that, I'm an empath. So if I break down crying on the show today, y'all forgive me. I am an empath and I do. I do miss my grandmothers a lot. But the other things that we can do is find ways of honoring the people who are not here. So whether that is putting up a stocking for them, whether that is finding a picture of them and putting lights around it, putting some I don't know. So putting their picture in a wreath, whether that is dancing to a song that they like, and everybody, like, I don't know if people watch like the Cosby Show. Like, I really would like to do this one day, is to legitimately have a dance line. See, I come from a super churchy family, and one day we'll get past that a little bit and actually have a good time. But you know, have a dance line, like, and you play like the music, like some funky music, some dance music that person liked, and everybody cuts the step, like things like that. Even if it's something a little bit more somber, going to visit them, taking them a rose, taking them a flower. Maybe I'm weird because when I go see my grandmothers, I don't just stand over the grave. Like, I sit down and I depending on what I'm going through or what I'm thinking about, I'll sit down and talk to them like it was any other day and have a conversation with them. And that may be perceived as weird or crazy to somebody else, but that's what I need sometimes. It's the perception that they're still with me, even not in the physical, at least in the spiritual, and that they hear what I'm saying. So thinking of ways to honor them, one of the other things you can definitely do is write about them. Write about them. Talk about them. And that's a really tough one. It is hard when you start verbalizing and remembering someone aloud. See, that's why I started getting choked up. The emotions come with verbalizing that you do miss them. Maybe sit around with your family. And this is tough. It takes some time to get to this point, but sit around with your family and encourage everyone in a circle to say one thing that you love and you miss about the person that's gone. Right? Maybe, and this may be me this afternoon, is having a fifth of whiskey. Hey, you got to do what you got to do, folks. All I want you to do is to just not be stuck in sadness. I really was thinking about people who are missing loved ones at this time because I'm in that number. I don't want you to be stuck in sadness. What I want you to, first of all, do is never forget them. The more that we begin to think about the people who are gone, the more that we honor them aloud with our words, our emotions do come out with that, but it begins to make it easier for us to grieve. And that is really what I want you to be encouraged about the most, is that you have permission to grieve. And if your family doesn't understand that, you know what? Still, you got to take care of your emotional and mental well-being. You can only take so much, right? And everybody's limit and everybody's way of grieving is different. But what I will encourage you to do is to remember and honor those loved ones, and to just not be stuck in sadness or in depression. They may be gone, but they are still with you, right? Their physical body is gone, right? That is no more. But what is still with you is their words. What is still with you that you should be able to identify with it, hopefully, is their love, right? Their concern, their sweet memories of the people who have gone on. And that's what I want you to cherish, is the times that you've had with people who've gone on, and to carry those even into today. Everybody grieves different, but I just wanted to offer, number one, that it is okay for you to feel. It is okay for you to take care of yourself how you see fit. It is okay for you to grieve as you see fit, and for you to honor as you see fit. But just don't be stuck in depression or sadness. Remember the good times. There's got to be some good times with your loved ones. Y'all know what it is. Marie Mott with the Marie Mott Show, talking about Christmas. Like, call in on the second half. I want to hear some stories, some funny stories, some good stories, maybe some family traditions. What are some things that you do? I look forward to seeing you guys back on the second half of the segment.
Chattanooga Radio, Digital FM 95.3 HD4, 92.7 FM's news now.
A man was struck by a bullet on East 26th Street. The 57-year-old male taken to the hospital with a non-life-threatening wound. Law enforcement officers still trying to track down the would-be killer. If you have any information, you can contact the Chattanooga police, and you can remain anonymous. A reward is still on the table for whoever can give some info on the gun store burglary in Red Bank. The ATF says 16 guns were stolen from Dave's Shooting Supplies. The ATF and Red Bank police say you should be extra careful if you're looking to buy a gun in a private purchase, because the firearm may be stolen. A reward of $5,000 is offered to anyone who can give info that leads to an arrest. And the Georgia State Patrol confirming one person killed in a wreck this Christmas Eve. It happened on Old Tryon Highway in Walker County early this morning. The identity of the victim will be released once the next of kin is notified. Belle St. John for Nooga Radio News Talk 92.7 Action News now.
Sean Hannity, weekday afternoons from 3 to 6 p.m. on Nooga Radio 92.7 FM. Nooga Radio 92.7.
Hey folks, Jeff Stiles here, talk radio host and infamous technophobe. But I got to tell you, this Facebook Live that Nooga Radio does, it makes sense to me. It really does. Now, we're at 92.7 on the FM dial, but really where you need to go is NoogaRadio.com and just do the streaming audio, 8 to 10 a.m. The first hour is mostly just me just throwing commentary in on top of the news. The second hour is me frustrating and irritating you beyond all belief. NoogaRadio.com. Don't miss it. Every weekday.
Nooga Radio 92.7.
You want more business. You want to increase your bottom line. You want to spend less on advertising, imaging your business, and general expenses. You need Trade Bank. When you join Trade Bank, you'll get the benefit of free advertising in our monthly magazine, tradebank.com, emails, and mailouts. Join Trade Bank now and receive your Trade Bank debit card. with trade credits to spend any way you want. Trade Bank of Chattanooga. Call now for a free consultation. 877-2202. That's 877-2202. Trade Bank of Chattanooga.
Your home is a constant work in progress. Repaint the walls? Yeah, easy enough. Leaky faucet? There's a video for that. But roof repair? You might want some help. That's where Chattanooga Roofing Contractors come in. They have 3 generations of roofing excellence you can count on. Leave the ladder in the garage. Go to chatroofing.com. That's chatroofing.com for Chattanooga Roofing Contractors, a roofing company you can trust.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. This is your sandwich speaking. Yeah, your sandwich. And you know, you can't find me any place but the Mad Philly Sandwich Shop. Mad Philly Sandwich Shop, just off 153 on Shaliford Road. It's in the little plaza. Hey, check out these buns. Yeah, they're Amorosa. All the way from Philly. So bite me. You want a real Philly cheesesteak? Check out my meat. Throw some cheese on it and grilled onions. Oh, yeah. Now that's what I'm talking about. Only at the Mad Philly Sandwich Shop, where you'll always get the real taste of a Philadelphia cheesesteak. Plus hoagies, burgers, sandwiches, salads, fresh cut fries, tater tots, and other stuff. Mad Philly Sandwich Shop, just off 153 on Shaliford Road, right across from Mountain View Service Center. It's in the little plaza. Hey, come on, we're waiting for you here. So just shut up and eat it.
Man, you sure you know what you're doing?
Yeah, I worked with my dad on his truck all the time. Just one more bolt to go.
Yeah, wrong bolt. Today's truck ain't your daddy's truck. For repairs on today's vehicles, you need Amco Transmission and Total Car Care of Chattanooga on Lee Highway. Stay on the road, not in the garage. Amco Transmission on Lee Highway. Get it done the right way. The Thompson Pet way. Yeah, I just put that anywhere.
We've got lots of sunshine and very nice weather out there for your afternoon. A little on the cool side, highs mid and upper 40s. Tonight, clear. Christmas Eve looking cold and frosty, lows 30 to 32. For Christmas Day, looking good with some sunshine, highs near 50. Dry and milder for Wednesday. Stay toasty warm for Christmas with Dodge City Ski Shop, featuring the largest selection of cold weather clothing around. From long underwear, wool socks, and Columbia jackets, they have it at Dodge City, East Springer Road, Chattanooga. And I'm Sorteen 12, Chief Meteorologist at your 4.
The radio 92.7.
I'm so excited because this is the first Christmas on the Marie Mott Show, hopefully not the last. Thanks to you, the listener. You guys make this show possible each and every day. I appreciate those who love me and even those who hate my guts. Guess what? I love you and there's nothing you can do about it. And you know, people love to hate me. That's why they, even though they don't like me, they still tune in. 423-800-8949 is the call-in number. I want to know what you're cooking. You know, what are some of those special things that you cook for Christmas? What is your Christmas routine? Do you do gifts when you wake up? Do you do gifts Christmas Eve and then get all that out the way? Do you go to the movies? Do you have a movie date with your spouse because you work so hard, you barely have time for one another, and you let the kids play games or what have you, and grandma's in and she gonna watch them? Like, I really want to know what you guys are, if you fix dinner already. Like, what do you guys do for Christmas? What does Christmas look like for you and yours? 423-800-8949 if you want to call and talk to me. Now, as far as my Christmas, so we have a long-held tradition, and it used to be that we would do this on New Year's Eve, but we actually did this yesterday. But we have biscuits, rabbit like fried rabbit in gravy. So sorry, Bugs Bunny. And fried chicken in gravy. And like maybe a few other sides, but that is like, and that's over rice. So that is like our Christmas Eve tradition for the Mott Shropshire family. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Merry Christmas to you. Talk to the people.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Yes. Merry Christmas to you. God bless you and so on. I got love our differences and so on like that, since we can't do a whole lot about them. And it's blessed Christmas. We all come together in Christ. That's the focal point on it. No perfection here, but keep trying. Yeah, and I appreciate where you're talking about the loss of peoples that have gone on. We've all had that, and we miss those people a lot. But that's selfish, and there's a plan.
Thank you so much.
Keep on keeping on.
Yes, sir. I appreciate.
Yeah, keep on.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, hey, look, I'm Casper the Ghost, and you're Tar Baby, and we can get along. And I wished it was better as well. And let's just keep on keeping on and do what we can with this, because it's limited. God bless you again. Have a wonderful day. Appreciate it. And I enjoy your show too. I do. I understand, I think, where you come from on that. We need to be together.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. You know, I'm not always right. There is no perfection found in me. And so anybody who's expecting perfection out of me, you're looking for the wrong thing. But my intentions coming on the air are always for the people. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Merry Christmas to you. Talk to the people.
Hi, I'm Kathleen. I'm a food addict and a recovering bulimic. And I just want to share that it's been a little bit of a tough day today. I got a unexpected card from my ex, and we have not had contact for about a year, and it just was unsettling. It's been a little bit of a tough day, but this is happening to Scooter tonight. I'm really with that. I'm just going to pass. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. I do apologize. You know, I'm sorry that you're having a tough time, but I hope that you will get maybe some cheer, that maybe some of this loving will rub off on you. And I appreciate people who show me love, and even people who don't. You know, the purpose of the Marie Mott Show, I believe God opened up a door for me to be able to do this. Wasn't simply because I deserve it, but he understood based on my prayers that I want to help people. And, you know, you only have 24 hours in a day. And so you could kill yourself trying to dedicate yourself to a million causes. And so this door opened for me to be able to give my platform. I don't really share it. I give it to anybody that's doing positive work, anybody that wants to impact community, anyone looking to connect people or starting a business or just sharing information. I'm proud of myself. Like the first show that I did was the case on Angela Moore on behalf of Concerned Citizens for Justice. I am proud of the work that I have done of this year, the things that I have learned. I've learned so much, and I'm going to make mistakes. And I think one of the things that people should offer is a grace card. I'm not one of those. I try not to be one of those people that continue to make 1,000 of the same mistakes, right? There is no handbook to life. As a matter of fact, M. Scott Peck says that life is difficult. And it is. Life is very difficult, and life is different for everybody. How we go about life is different. What I do believe is that we do need to come together, but that's going to take some work, right? That's going to take some work. That means that we're going to have to drop some prejudices, some misunderstandings. That means we're going to have tough conversations. And with all of the uplifting things and the seriousness and the love, it's a mixture. You're not going to tune into my station and I'm talking about build a wall, build a wall, build a wall. I'm all about tearing walls down. You heard what I said. You're not going to tune into my show and hear Marie talking about build a wall, build a wall, build a wall. You know, I was born in 1988, and one of the things that I remember seeing as a small child, even though it happened before I was born, was the wall coming down in West Germany. Like, I hope that I'm not the only one at 30, that I'm not the only one learning some lessons in a lot of instances, we've been through some of these things before, and I hope 2019 is going to look much better than 2018. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Merry Christmas to you. Talk to the people.
This is Christy from What Reader and Bulimic. Can I share? I don't really have too much to say, but I just wanted to, again, thank everyone for being on the line. It makes me kind of sad. The last time I called a phone meeting, there was an intruder as well, and it's just my heart, it just pierces my heart in such a way. It's just, for me, OA is the most sacred. I owe my entire life to this fellowship, and sorry, I'm walking, and there's two motorcycles.
It's okay.
But I owe my entire life to this fellowship, and I am so grateful. I'm so grateful to the phone meetings as well. I'm currently calling from Los Angeles, where I'm from, but I live now in the French Canada, so I don't speak well enough French to go to the French-speaking OA meetings, and these phone meetings in English have been such a lifeline, and I love you guys so much. I love OA so much. I call my sponsor twice a week. I work my steps. I call these phone meetings. I talk to others in recovery. And, the reward, oh my gosh, I'm walking my 21-month-old son. I have 15 years clean in another program. And, life is just so good. I've traveled the world, and OA has given me everything. And, I just couldn't be more grateful. And believe me, my first response was I'm just going to hang up. And I was like, you know what? OA never gave up on me. I'm not giving up on OA. I would sit the intruders if I was in the middle of a binge and it meant, I was going to eat what I wanted to eat. I have water to eat, so I can't sit on the phone if it's a little chaotic. I don't know. So I'm just really grateful for everyone that's talked on the line, and I just love OA so much. And I'll skip on contact information too. But I just love you guys. I'm super, super grateful. And thanks for letting me share. And thanks for everyone being on the line again.
No problem. Thank you for sharing. 423-800-8949. So I appreciate everyone who's calling in and being super nice, super encouraging. Let's make sure we keep that same energy going into 2019, right? I want this city to get better. I want neighborhoods to get better. I want families to get better, communities to get better, right? I don't do this work just to get up here, and people have a misconception about activists or people who are intentional, and they think, all you do is talk about problems. What are the solutions? First of all, I want you to understand, getting to a solution takes work. And you know what? What you think may be a solution, you may find once you implement it, you may have to go back to the drawing board. This work of changing your life, changing the city, changing the community, changing the business, changing anything, it's a process, right? It doesn't happen overnight. It's a process, people. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Merry Christmas to you. Talk to the people.
Merry Christmas, Maria. I never do this, but you bring things out to people. I love your line. I'm about breaking down walls. I love that line. You're amazing.
Thank you.
And I just want to say that when you talk about being thankful, I'm so thankful that you're with the radio station. I mean, that is a blessing. You don't know how much that is. And Val and Russell and Donna and David, especially David Toulis, my buddy David, and Jason and Jen, and now John. I don't think people understand the family that we have at this radio station. This is not some corporate conglomerate that's all about making money. This is a true family. God has blessed this radio station with people like you to make a change. And I really thank God for that the courage that everyone has in moving forward for justice, whether we have a diverse point of view at that radio station, not everybody agrees with each other, philosophically or politically. It's like any family. But, like you say, we're about breaking down walls. Even if we disagree, we don't hate each other. We still love each other, even though we may disagree. And I think you bring that to the people, and you are a blessing from God, and I thank God every day for bringing you forward. So,
thank you.
Have a great Christmas.
Thank you. You and your family as well. Like I'm super appreciative of this opportunity. There are a lot of people who go to school. I mean, they go to college to be able to snag jobs like this, right? But I have an opportunity to do this with no college education, with, as far as mass communications or anything like that. This is definitely a God thing, and he's worthy of the praise. And I give him the honor and the glory for the doors that he continues to open in my life. And I love my Nuga Radio 92.7 FM family, because we don't just have opinions. Anybody can have an opinion, right? And I think it's important to say this on the air to a particular person maybe who's listening, but everybody can have an opinion, but everybody's not doing the work. Everybody doesn't have their hands out here in the community doing this work. And all the work is not the same. For some of us are power to the people type individuals like me. Well, I don't mind going and standing in the face of politicians who lied to us, politicians who petitioned us for their votes and their monies, and now can turn their backs on us during public meetings, or they're too busy to talk to us or to hear what we have to say. There are people like Concerned Citizens for Justice and Kevin Muhammad with the Nation of Islam, and Pastor Carruthers and the Westside Missionary Baptist Church, who hand out food consistently and feed people. Pastor Carruthers at Westside, they feed people immediately after church every Sunday. Every Sunday. They feed the congregation every Sunday. Breakfast every Sunday. Just loving on people. And you don't have to be a member. If you want to kick it for some barbecue, you're welcome. It's love, right? Concerned Citizens for Justice hands out food twice a month. Tuesdays, 3:30. Second and fourth Tuesdays, 3:30. On the west side, where people have to catch the bus to go get groceries. That's a lot of people doing this work. There are people like Tiffany Rankins and her mother and Tom Kunish who are desperately fighting to keep and preserve Lincoln Park. Shout out to Lincoln Park that turned 100 this year, which should be and needs to be in 2019 the first African American historical neighborhood in the entire city of Chattanooga. Right? There are people out here who put themselves on the line, like the Democratic Socialist of America. Even though I'm not a socialist, and even though I do agree with socialist programs and we have implemented those in this country, I'm not a socialist, but I can appreciate the Democratic Socialists of America, because these brothers and these young ladies have put on marches and demonstrations and have met with people and educate people and sit down and have talks and discussions and welcome people and love people and help people. I'm grateful for organizations like Concerned Citizens for Justice that have raised money to bail out people from jail who are too poor to pay bail, who have pushed forward a case like Angela Moore that would honestly get swept under the rug, that wouldn't make it to the news without an organization getting behind things such as that. I'm grateful that there's a lot of people talking, but everybody's not working. And so understand that a lot of people do. They talk about the status quo must change. The institutions must come down. But you know what it takes for that to come into reality? Work. And since the industrialized nonprofit sector takes up a lot of this city's money, as well as the Chattanooga Police Department, which eats up 52% of the operating budget of the city, there's not a lot of money that makes it often to the neighborhoods. It makes it to organization, it makes it to reactionary forces, but it's not a lot of investment that is going into people, and in particular, people doing this work. So oftentimes when you see activists out here that are doing the work, what you just don't understand, why you get to sit back in the comfort of your own home waiting on the world to change. Baby, I'm out here in these streets. I'm not waiting on the world to change. I'm steady I'm twisting the turntables because I want some different music. And so I'm gonna scratch it up. If you're a hip hop fan, you understand what I'm saying. I'm gonna scratch it up until the tune changes so we can dance to something different. That's what it takes for the world to change, is everybody getting their hands involved. In 2019, what we need to have is a movement where we're not waiting on somebody else to do this. When we see something going on in our community, oh man, we don't have a grocery store. I guess we'll just wait until some politician realizes we don't have one. How about you develop a plan to bring one? How about reaching out to the vendors with the Chattanooga market to see if they will add to the schedule coming to your neighborhood? Maybe it's getting together with people who are farmers or people who have urban gardens and having them come educate people in the community with a lot and show you guys how to grow your own stuff. We can wait on the world to change, but 2019 has to be filled with people beginning to take pride in themselves, taking pride in their neighborhood, pride in their children. Come on. Taking pride in being where you are in this city and start cleaning up your own neighborhood. And at the same time, it does take institutional work. You shouldn't pay taxes and not see any resources come to your neighborhood. That's called taxation without representation, folks. If I pay taxes, I should see something representative of those taxes in my neighborhood. And some of that takes applying pressure, which is, everybody's not built for that. I'm built for work like that. Going and standing toe to toe with police chiefs and mayors and all these other folks who to me are just people. They put on their pants the same way I do. They're not more special than you. They just got a different job, but they're not more special than you. They're not different than you. They're not better than you or me. They put on their pants just like I do. And I treat them as such, people. Their office and title means nothing to me. I would treat them with decency and respect. But when I go and sit down with people, I'm about talking about how am I going to get resources and things into my community. And if everybody starts doing that, it makes it easier for the people right now who are out here that are few and far between doing this work. And so the next time you see an activist, or even if you don't agree with them, respect them, because that's just somebody trying to do something about where they live when a whole lot of people are in the comfort of their own home waiting on the world to change. Man, the show's over already. Merry Christmas to you guys. Happy Kwanzaa to others, right? May the good Lord bless you. And watch between me and thee while we're absent one from another. Y'all know what it is. Marie Mott with the Marie Mott Show. I will be on the air tomorrow. Not live, but I will be on the air. So if you want to tune in, I'm not going to leave you hanging. I got you covered. As always, if no one is taking the time today to tell you that they love you, Marie Mott from the Marie Mott Show loves you. It's nothing you can do about it. Have a Merry Christmas, everyone. Be safe. I love you.
3, 2, 1.
Chattanooga Radio. Digital FM 95.3 HD4. 92.7 FM's news. Now.
A man was struck by a bullet on East 26th Street. The 57-year-old male taken to the hospital with a non-life-threatening wound. Law enforcement officers still trying to track down the would-be killer. If you have any information, you can contact the Chattanooga police, and you can remain anonymous. A reward is still on the table for whoever can give some info on the gun store burglary in Red Bank. The ATF says 16 guns were stolen from Dave's Shooting Supplies. The ATF and Red Bank police say you should be extra careful if you're looking to buy a gun in a private purchase because the firearm may be stolen. A reward of $5,000 is offered to anyone who can give info that leads to an arrest. And the Georgia State Patrol confirming one person killed in a wreck this Christmas Eve. It happened on Old Tryon Highway in Walker County early this morning. The identity of the victim will be released once the next of kin is notified. Belle St. John for Nooga Radio News Talk 92.7 Action News now.
Chattanooga Morning News with Russ and Val. Weekdays from 6 to 9 a.m. on Nooga Radio, 92.7 FM. Nooga Radio, digital FM 95.3 HD4 and 92.7 FM knows your opinion is important. So call 800-8949. Agree or disagree? Call 423-800-8949. 800-8949. Nooga Radio, 92.7 FM and 95.3 HD4. News Talk Nooga Radio.
If you could wish for anything this Christmas, what would you wish for? Well, a Saudi Daisy family wished that $25,000 in credit card debt would disappear. Well, guess who got an early Christmas present? Listen up, y'all. I'm Ben Phillips with Home Rate Mortgage. I'm in the business of saving people money. And if you want to save money around Christmas time, pick that cell phone up right now. 805-9100. You're not going to believe how much you can save. Home Rate Mortgage just cleaned an installation manager's chimney, ridding his family of $25,000 in credit cards right before Santa delivers presents. The best part is Santa's going to be a little more merrier this Christmas because this Saudi Daisy family is saving $1,100 per month, and you can do it too. So give us a call today. It's time to get on the sled.